You've heard it before, the rich just keep getting richer. Since March of this year, billionaires of the world collectively made $500 billion, and Jeff Bezos alone made $48 billion. In a small, quiet little town in the San Francisco Peninsula, this is truer. Home to the incredibly wealthy, even modest houses here go for millions of dollars. High-end homes in the area are currently selling like hotcakes, and sometimes way over the asking price. And that's saying a lot when you're talking about homes costing over $10 million. The 94027 zip code topped the list of the most expensive neighborhoods for the fourth year in a row and is home to large estates belonging to Silicon Valley's biggest companies. But why exactly are homes here so expensive? Welcome back to our channel. Make sure you subscribe and hit the bell icon so you never miss a video. America's most expensive neighborhood is in the Bay Area, tucked away in the posh suburb of Atherton, California, with a $7 million median sale price. Its closest competitor is still pretty far off, the Hamptons at $3.9 million. The second most expensive neighborhood in the Bay Area is Palo Alto, where Facebook founder Mark Zuckerberg has his home. You'd need to cough up about $27,000 every month to pay Atherton's median mortgage of $5.5 million. And that's a faraway dream for about 99.9% of the residents in the Bay Area. You'd need an annual income of $1.8 million to pay that mortgage, and that tops the income requirements of all other zip codes in the country by a lot. No wonder this town is home to Oracle founder Larry Ellison, Microsoft co-founder Paul Allen, and the former Hewlett-Packard CEO Meg Whitman. Atherton has had the highest home prices for at least a decade, but it has surged forward in recent years and become the most expensive zip code in the country. The town's greatest strength seems to be its single-family zoning 1-acre minimum-size lots with streamlined permits and changing buyer demographics, all of which have led to big houses and big prices. The lowest priced bit of real estate currently is $2 million, and it's an 8,900 square foot home on 307 Walsh Street. The highest sale made here was Paul Allen's mansion for $35 million. So, you might be curious what a home in the most expensive neighborhood in America looks like. Well, if we're going to check one out, let's make it the best one of the lot. This estate, formerly owned by Paul Allen, spans 1.9 acres and is larger than most homes in the area. It looks like a proper retreat from the hustle-bustle of California. The main house is about 18,000 square feet plus a 2-bedroom guest house away from the main. Despite the home being large, the interiors are cozy and it feels intimate. The home incorporates modern and traditional furnishings and uses warm, neutral tones and art-like light fixtures. Floor-to-ceiling windows let in the California sunshine, and a library and den make the home feel welcoming. The house has 7 bedrooms and 8 bathrooms, and outdoor features a pool, cabana, a cozy seating area complete with a fireplace perfect for a barbecue. The star attraction is definitely the well-manicured lawn and the wild meadow. Atherton is quite an old town, incorporated in 1923, but its real wealth came from Silicon Valley and the venture capitalists who funded it. In the 1990s, Silicon Valley was dominated by computer hardware companies, and wealthy buyers wanted a suburb with a rural feel similar to Los Altos and Portola Valley. As Silicon Valley became more about social networking, companies started recruiting from urban areas and the buyer demographics changed. This sleepy little town got so many people from Google buying houses here that it was called Google Avenue for a while. Today, foreign buyers, tech entrepreneurs, doctors, lawyers, and old money purchase property here. It's also popular with sports personalities, including Willie Mays and Joe Lacob, the Warriors' majority owner. The attraction here is privacy and accessibility. Conveniently enough, Atherton is minutes away from Menlo Park and Redwood City. In addition to that, you have the Tesla headquarters 20 minutes away if you fancy checking out what new vehicles they're working on. Also, not far from here is the Microsoft HQ, so if you're lucky, you could run into Bill Gates while out for a morning jog. Thanks to Forbes listing Atherton as the #1 zip code in America, it's also pretty hot right now. Needless to say, tech billionaires and foreign buyers are prestige-driven and want the very best America has to offer. Real estate broker De Leon also said buyers pay in cold, hard cash for these homes and sometimes will buy mansions without even seeing them first. It's easy money, really. De Leon made $500 million in sales last year and now has enough to buy a plane to give the best views of the property to his Chinese and Indian buyers. It's probably the only way to see the entire property anyway. Mega mansions line every block lock, and high fences and walls prevent curious eyes. Each unit feels like it's its own mini-gated community. One of the reasons for Atherton's soaring real estate prices is the increase in the size of homes, made possible by its flat land and building regulations. If you're buying a plot here, it can't be anything less than 1 acre. Their building codes do make it less attractive than some nearby areas like Woodside, but there are some elements in Atherton that make it pretty enticing. Woodside primarily has 50s-style ranch homes, and while there is a southern charm to it, Silicon Valley is obviously looking for something more modern and dependable. It is no coincidence that Atherton has grown at a much faster rate. The wealthy are also drawn to this little town because of its police force that's almost like private security. The alarm systems homeowners have been hooked directly to the police station. Plus, when they're on vacation, the police will even drive by their homes to check on it. It's also pretty strict about privacy, and Atherton is one of the only places in the country that allows you to have a 6-foot-tall solid wall between you and your neighbor. Other than that, it doesn't really have a committee to review or approve architecture. Some communities in the U.S. do, and these committees might ask you to change your designs if it isn't compatible with the town's character. That's not a problem here, so go nuts! Your only limit is your imagination. You don't get this freedom in Woodside. Of course, there's a good chance when you leave, the next buyer will tear down your dream house to build their own. That's pretty standard here. Some here have torn down homes of 8,000 square feet to make a bigger one. A brand new home raises the value of surrounding homes and gives new buyers the incentive to knock them down and build a bigger one for themselves. Over the last 4 years, sales have been made to WhatsApp co-founder Jan Koum. He bought 5 houses close to each other to create a gigantic Atherton compound. That cost him $57 million, and he promptly started knocking them all down to build new structures. If you live nearby and fancy walking around in this place, you really won't have an excuse to loiter about here. There are no shops or restaurants, and it barely even has sidewalks. When you Google things to do in Atherton, all that comes up is the Menlo Circus Club. This private social club hosts polo matches, horse shows, and gala parties for the wealthy, and the chances of getting an invite to those are slim. So if you're caught by the police here, there isn't much wiggle room. Of course, you could just buy a home here too. During the outbreak of the virus, the home buying market has seen many ups and downs, but Atherton has stayed steady through it all and, in fact, surged forward as prices hit insane heights. Think you'll spring for a home here for that exclusive address? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the like button and browse through the King Luxury channel for more videos all about luxury. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.